Hey, what's cracking, everybody? On today's video, we're going to go through an update for LinuxHub Prime. We are now on version 3.0.2. And right here, basically, the reason for this point update is because, archinstall. It appears that archinstall does a update every month. It's either at the end of the month or beginning of the month. They have a new update. So, I just want to keep it all in line and make sure it's all working the way it's supposed to be working. So what I've done is I've updated it to 3.0.2 to coincide with the latest Arch install updates. All right. And I also made some changes, just, minor changes. I simplified the minimal version of the installer. So we can actually go through that right now and take a look at it. So let's jump on a virtual machine and take a look at the installer. We've seen this plenty of times. There's nothing different here, but being that it's an update, I'm making a video on it to let you know that it is an update. All right, so let's head on over to the virtual machine and take a look at LinuxHub Prime version 3.0.2. Okay, we are here now on the virtual machine. As you can see, I got the ISO booted up. And I think on this one, I'm going to try the Plasma 6 installer. So I'll go ahead and click on it, and then we'll run through the installer. And right here, I'll give myself a username, password, something strong and complicated. And then for the AR helper, I'm going to select them all since they've all been updated. And this right here, now it actually makes a difference if you select minimal. So right here on the select arch install method, right here where it says you have minimal and you have full. So now we're going to see what minimal looks like. It basically looks like it did, 3-4 months ago. So that's basically all it is. But like I said, the update to Arch install has been updated on the ISO. So 3.0.2 is fully updated. So here we are with the installer. We'll click on proceed. And now you can see these are the only options that you need to fix right here. So I'll go to mirrors. I'll select my mirror region. And then I'll just scroll up because I know United States is there. Select it with the space bar. I'm done. I'll go to back. All right, I'm done with the mirrors. Now I go to disk configuration. Partitioning. Use a best effort default partition layout. Select the drive that I'm going to use. In this case, it's a virtual machine. There's only one drive here. But if you have multiple drives, you would have to figure out which is the one you're going to use. Select it. I'm going to select ext4 as I always do. You can use Btrfs or whatever other file system you want to use. I always use ext4. All right, and the last thing I'm going to fix is the time zone. So on this one, I'm just going to do the / type LOS so I can find Los Angeles, select it, and that's it. All I have to do right here now is just click on install. And that's it. The specified configuration will be applied. Would you like to continue? Yes. And it just goes through and does its normal installation. All right, so I'll go ahead and I'll pause the video right here. And when we come back, we'll reboot into our, what did I chose Plasma 6. So we'll take a look at the Plasma 6 system. All right, our installation is now completed. So we're gonna go ahead and reboot the system and take a look at Plasma 6. And I believe, I can't believe that I'm forgetting this, but I think I use, what is it called? LightDM for the login manager for Plasma. But I think by default it's supposed to use SDDM, but it just goes to show you that you can use whatever login manager you want. It doesn't have to be that way. Just because it's set up like that by default does not mean that you have to do it that way. Now, I could be wrong because I've done so many changes with this throughout the past months. But let me reboot and then we'll confirm and see if we are using LightDM or SDDM. We'll see right now. But a lot of people seem to think that it makes a big difference. Okay, so we rebooted the ISO and you can see right here, we are using LightDM as the login manager for Plasma 6. A lot of people think that you have to use SDDM because, default Plasma comes with SDDM, but you know, it doesn't have to be that way. And Plasma has been updated to 6.2. So we can look at this. KDE contributors have spent the last 4 months hard at work on this release. We hope you enjoyed using Plasma as much as we enjoyed making it. I'll just click on OK. All right. Then we get our standard control center that opens up for LinuxHub. And I keep forgetting that on KDE Plasma, if you shake the mouse, it makes it get big like this. All right, so before we go through this, let's take a look at it. We have our panel set up on Plasma on the bottom. You got your standard system tray on the right with all of your options. Then you have your pinned applications. In this case, we have LX Terminal, Firefox, Nemo as a file manager, and Discover or Software Center. Then we also have system settings. And then next to that, all the way on the left, we have our applications menu. The way I have the applications menu set up is the way I like it. So you can see right here, you got your categories, you got recent applications, recent files, development, graphics, internet, multimedia, settings, system, utilities, and your power session. So you can shut down, log out, sleep, restart, whatever you want to do, switch user. But if you want to change the way this menu looks, right here on the button, if you just right click it, there's a list right here that says show alternatives. If you click on that, you can get the applications dashboard. So let's go ahead and click on that one. And now when I click on the menu, you can see you get a big old, it's pretty much a big old, it's kind of like a GNOME setup. And then you can type the search and all that. So that's one way. Then we go on show alternatives again, and we could do the application launcher. This might be the way I had it set up, or it might be different. Let me see. Yeah, see, this is different now. And basically you got all your categories on the side and everything shows up right here. But the way I have it set up, I like the third option. And I just like the applications menu because it's a smaller menu window. You click on it. Okay, it didn't kick over. So let's go back to it. Now let's see if we got it. No. There we go. So I just like this smaller menu window for myself personally. But I just wanted to show you that if you wanted to change it to its default, you can do that. If you want to change it to make it look like whatever the other options are, you can do that also. I just like this setup because it's my favorite, and that's why I set it up this way. All right. So right here, we can look through our PIN applications. This right here is our welcome screen, so we can just go ahead and click that and make that disappear, or we can bring it back up, and it'll just show, it's kind of like our welcome screen. But we can go ahead and hide that for now. Our terminal is LX terminal. Clicking on it will let you know right here that we are running LinuxHub Plasma. And the kernel is 6.12.7. And then you got the rest of your relevant information right here. Alrighty. Now let's see if we got a HTOP installed. I think we do. I think I have it set up. Yeah. Let me go ahead and make this bigger. You can see using the Plasma desktop environment, we are using 1.2 gigabytes of core in memory, and all our averages are pretty low. So it is a smooth running system. All right, next to that, we got Firefox. Firefox is pretty standard on most systems. You'll find it on about 98% of Linux distros. Some come with Chrome, some come with Brave. I just chose Firefox because it's easy, simple, and to the point. Now, as far as the version, let's go into the help about Firefox. And it is version 133.0.3. So it is the latest version of Firefox that comes on LinuxHub Prime. Then next to that, we have Nemo. Nemo is our file manager. Now, me personally, I pretty much set up Nemo for all my systems. Most people that get on a KDE Plasma, they'll use it'll be Dolphin for you because, that's the standard That's the standard file manager for Plasma. But like I said, you don't have to use the standards on any desktop environment. You can always install whatever it is you want to use to install. In this case, I like Nemo, so that's why I make Nemo the default. But you can always change it back to what is that? Dolphin. Yeah, for Plasma, you can change it back to Dolphin and set that up. But you can see we have our normal desktop layout right here. You got your desktop, documents, downloads. ISO is for those that want to build a custom respin. That's what this folder is for, ISO. And then you got your music, pictures, public, templates, and videos. And then if you want to see your hidden files, just right click anywhere in the folder, show hidden files, and it'll open up a whole lot more. And if you want to hide it again, just do the same thing. You can also press Control H on your keyboard and it'll do the same thing. And this is Nemo 6.4.3. Nemo will let you organize files and folders both on your computer and online. All right. Then next to that, we have Discover. Now, being that we are on an Arch-based system, I believe Discover, it's set up, I set it up in this case to work with, I want to say Flatpak or FlatHub or, yeah, I believe it's FlatHub. So let's say, for example, we want to install LibreOffice. I'll just click on LibreOffice, do a search for it, and right here it comes up, LibreOffice. I'll click on it. Oh, it says right here, install from FlatHub. So I do have Discover that's set up to install, programs. So say for in this case, it's from FlatHub. And you can see right here, this will be where all the progress is shown as far as your installation goes. So I'll go ahead and minimize that. And next to that, you have your system settings. So, KDE is a very robust desktop environment. And by robust, I mean, you can make this thing look like Windows. You can make it look like Mac. You can make it look alien. Basically, you can do that with any Linux distro. But KDE Plasma makes it a whole lot easier by opening up your system settings. And from right here, you can pretty much, just go through this side panel right here. And it pretty much, you could change everything on your system. And, basically on the theming right here, let's say right here, you got your appearance and style. So right here, you can change your colors and themes, things like that. And then right here on the panel, you got a whole bunch of other options. And then you could change your wallpapers from right here. You could change text and fonts. You could change, like I said, Plasma, you could change everything pretty much on the system. You can put the buttons on the left side, you can put them on the right side, you can put them anywhere you want. You can change it to whatever font you want, as long as that font is installed. There's just a lot you can do here. But I just wanted to show you this real quick so you can see that with KDE Plasma, the world is at your fingertips. A lot of it can be quite confusing if you don't know what it is that you're doing. So you want to play with it first, take it slow. You don't want to go fast and start changing everything, because then you might need to get back to where you were at and you can easily get lost. And then you'll be dumbfounded as to how to get back to the default setting. But if you take your time with it, learn it, you can make magic happen with KDE Plasma. And this is all from the system settings. Let me see. Do we have yeah, about this system? So right now, you can see it is LinuxHub Plasma 6. It is running KDE Plasma version 6.2. And the graphics platform right now is on Wayland, which is the latest and greatest. And then you got your information on your hardware options. All right, so this video mainly was to let you know that archinstall did an update, so I wanted to make sure that the LinuxHub Prime updates stay alongside archinstall. That way, if anything's broken, I'll make sure I get it fixed and push it out ASAP. So this was already ready for download. So if you want to download it, go ahead and download it, have fun with it, play with it, do whatever it is you want with it. It's all good. All right, we have LibreOffice that's already installed, so I can go ahead and close this down, which is Discover. Let's see. here we go. We got Office, and you can see right here, we got all of our LibreOffice options right here. I used to have LibreOffice installed by default, but I took that off just to, if you want to install it, it's not that hard to install it. So that's why I just took off a lot of the stuff that I used to have on there because it was a lot. Had things like Blender and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, it actually might still be there, might not. I haven't really checked on it in a few months to see what actual programs I actually install. But LibreOffice is one of the ones that I removed. That way, if you want to install only Office or some other type of Office, you can, of course, do that. All right, so I just want to show you that it does install from FlatHub, so you can see it does work. Um, as far as installing software, you have a few options here. We've already seen Discover and how Discover works. And then you have the normal sudo pacman dash capital S and whatever the name of the program is that you want to install. You can do it like this also. Let's say, for example, I want to install gedit. Just do it like that. Give my password, and away it goes, and it'll install gedit. All right, so we have Discover, and then you have the terminal-based installers like Pacman, but we also have Paru. So let's say, for example, I could type Paru, and what's another simple software chain? Let's say I want to install Vim. So I'll just do Paru Vim, click on enter, and right here you can see there's up to 1,260 versions of whatever it is that come with Vim. But more than likely, I know I'm going to want number 1 or 2. This is going to be one of the first ones. Yo, I can't even scroll up to it, but I'm just gonna select one, hit enter, and then proceed with installation. And that's using Paru. And you can see right here, it installed Vim 9.1. And Paru is a AUR helper. And the same thing goes for, let's say, Yay. I have Yay on here. So let's say Yay. I don't know if I have to do the -S or not, but let's try it, see what happens. So I do Yay, Vim, and it's the same thing. So I'll select one, even though we already installed it, it may just over install. Proceed with installation, of course, and boom, and it installs. And these are AUR helpers, so you can install things from the AUR. And I believe I also have Hamac on here. So let me click on here. Let me go into the system. And yeah, if you go to add remove software, this is another graphical software installer. And this is the one that also works with the AUR helper. But on this one, you have to go right here into the hamburger menu. You click on it, and then you go into preferences. And then you give yourself your password. Give it the password, and then you go to the third-party tab, and you go enable AUR support. So now you have 3 different software managers that actually work for AUR support. You have Paru, you have Yay, and then you have Pamic. So as far as software is concerned, you have a plethora of options to install software. All right. Well, that's gonna do it for this episode to show you the latest update to archinstall. And I just wanted to run through and just show you how LinuxHub works and what all you can do with it out of the box. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, please give it a thumbs down. And another thing, I'm getting a lot of comments about my mic and the way my audio sounds. I'm trying here. I'm trying my best to get it to work. You know, these things cost money. I do have a Patreon link, and I do have a Cash App link that I'm gonna start putting on all these videos. If you guys want to help me out, that's great. I'm not, you're not forced to help me out or anything like that. But if you guys are kind enough and want to help me out so I can get, new equipment and stuff like that, hey, by all means, I will get it, and I will make it that much better. But it's a slow start, it's a slow burn. Plus I have my job that I have to contend with, and there's everyday bills and things like that. I know the bills exist because they exist. And if I know they exist for me, I know they exist for you too. But you know, if you guys can help me out, please, by all means, please help, give me a helping hand. And hey, I'll try to make the best out of it. All right, you guys, that's gonna do it for this video, and I'm out.